Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Now, we got a little welterweight news, right? Welterweight's one of the hottest divisions in the sport, right? So talk a little welterweight. You got the champion, with 3 belts, right? Or 2 of them. Yeah, 2 belts, and that's Errol Spence. I think we can all agree Errol Spence is the best welterweight, the one you would have to call the best welterweight right now. Errol Spence, and he's looking to fight Yordenis Ugas, and that's the WBA, actually the WBA regular champion, but he was elevated to WBA real champion because Manny Pacquiao, had a long layoff and came back, and he wasn't trying to fight anyone significant, anything that's in the top 10 in the sanctioning body. Manny Pacquiao can fight who he wants to, but at the end of the day, he shouldn't hold the belt hostage because he was trying to fight Conor McGregor from the MMA and Ryan Garcia, 2 divisions lower in the exhibition, kind of like circus fights or exhibition fights, and that's just not enough. For them to just hold the title. Pacquiao don't need one anyway, right? So they elevated Yordenis Ugas to the champion because he had won the champion. He beat Abel Ramos, who was 26-3-2 for the vacant regular championship. So now he's the champion. But here's something interesting, right? Very interesting. Some things have been said. We know that Errol Spence has been out of late, and he said, listen, when it comes to Terrence Crawford, right, man, 70-30. Right? Well, if we do any negotiations, 70%, 30%, and y'all pissing me off, you're going to make me do 80-20. So when he says 70-30 or 80-20 to Terrence Crawford percent if they do a fight, for me, I'm looking at that, I'm like, see, that's blasphemous. The first word that comes up, that's absolute blasphemous. And boxing shouldn't be that way. That somebody, for me, looking at boxing, no one on the planet should be able to say that to a Terrence Crawford. 70-30, and definitely not no damn 80-20 to a Terrence Crawford, period. Just from what he has done, right? So what he has done. And the funny thing that's happened recently, watching one of my favorite uploaders and stuff, I don't shout out whatever because I ain't got enough, subscribers. But I was listening to somebody because I like to tell you some of the information. Most of the time I just get it from sites, but if I get it from an uploader or something, I'ma say it. Right, so people know when I say. Because most of the time, if I do something, I don't watch nothing, because my opinion is my opinion. But I was watching that, and it comes to find out that Yordenis Ugas wants 50% from your boy Errol Spence. He wants 50% from that fight, right? And to coin the phrase from older people, that tickled me. That tickled me, totally tickled me, and I think it's a great thing. Right? It's a great thing that Yordenis Ugas wants 50% from Errol Spence. Should he get it? Like with a resounding hell no, he shouldn't. But he's starting at 50% because he's the champion now, right? But he don't got no 2 belts. He hasn't been dominating the welterweight division. The man's 26-4. He got 4 losses. His claim to fame actually is a loss, and that's Sean Porter because it was a close fight. But other than that, Dallas Jr. and stuff like that, I don't know who was best fighter. I even give him some props for beating Thomas Delorme, right, in a unanimous decision. That's one of his better wins, right? It's not like he's has done a world beater or anything, but he's a good fighter. But at 26-4, and he only has 12 KOs, it's not like he's knocking people out either. He's just a good fighter, robust, good fighter. And bottom line, what I have to say, I should have just said this first. The dude's Cuban. So from that standpoint, he's good, period, right? So, but he don't deserve no damn 50% from the way Errol Spence. But I think it's good because of the simple fact to bring Errol Spence back down to earth. You don't say 70-30 or 80-20 to Terrence Crawford. It's boxing royalty, and that's what people need to understand. Let me make sure this is clear. Accolades matter in every sport. Accolades matter in every sport. Right? If somebody's MVP, then damn it, you'll see MVP. If he gets traded, he's gonna get more money. People know MVP means something. It pays off in every aspect, from your acknowledgement to when you come in the room, you're an MVP, whatever, defensive player of the year, whatever, rookie of the year, stuff like that. Super Bowl MVP. Those things mean stuff in every sport. the golden boot. You know, you the best soccer player, scored the most goals in all of Europe or something. You know, you get something, and those accolades matter for the future, and also they pay off financially, right? But only in boxing. Well, somebody with accolades be like, well, whatever with you. And that's not right, right? And let me just say, like, you know, number one pound for pound, right? And I'm talking about, when I say number one pound for pound, I mean a deserved pound for pound. It's different than just one that's been labeled because we hurried up and wanted to get him there. And y'all know what I'm talking about, like a Golovkin or a Lomachenko. You know, they should have waited on those, right? Or even right now, Canelo, when we know that he's not fighting, you know, he's got people in his own division that we don't know that he's better than, and then he leaves the division to go somewhere else so somebody can say, oh, he was a 2 division or 3 division, but in the division you're in, you're not even the best there. And then you go to a higher division to fight people that are lesser, not the best. But he's pound for pound. Let's kind of label him pound for pound because we'd rather have those. But Terrence Crawford is deserved pound for pound because they put him there reluctantly. Believe me, super reluctantly, right? So, but if you're number one pound for pound, that's equivalent of an MVP. You understand? That's definitely number one pound for pound. That means you're the best fighter in the whole sport. That's at least MVP, if not something more than MVP, right? It's a ring or something. You're a champion. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. And what is undisputed? Undisputed got to be like a 2-time finals MVP or the Super Bowl MVP. That's what undisputed should be, right? Here's one for you. You got 8 division champ for the biggest legend in the sport right now, Manny Pacquiao, is documented for not fighting you, and his team has said he shouldn't fight you, worried about his well-being, if it's his own trainer, Freddie Roach, back in the time, or if it was his promoter, Bob Arum, telling everybody we worry about his well-being, he can't fight Terrence Crawford. This is going on 6 years. That is a badge of honor, right? That's got to be like 5 times Defensive Player of the Year, or something like that. Or like I was talking about that golden boot. Those are accolades. So y'all can't come in there and somebody else is in the sport, they ain't got these accolades. He ain't never been MVP or Defensive Player of the Year 5 times. And I got to bow down and say he could talk to me and tell me 80-20 or 70-30. If anybody believes that, then it's not sport anymore. Because the thing is, well, he puts more asses in the seats. That's what you keep hearing. Yeah, there you go. But it's not like he's a real big pay-per-view star. What, 300,000 pay-per-views? Right? It's not like he has millions pay-per-views. Pay-per-view is over anyway. There are no more pay-per-view stars. That's Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and because Canelo ain't one. They ain't showing his numbers because Canelo is not a pay-per-view star anymore. Okay? And that's been for the longest. So there's not a pay-per-view star. It's just you put more pay-per-views than I have. And that's, you know, it has to do with a lot of stuff, right? But it's not the accolade. So that's why I'm kind of happy that old boys did say that 50-50 so people can understand and back up. Because look at Bud Crawford right now trying to fight. He was trying to fight Spence. Been trying to fight Pacquiao. Can't get Pacquiao. Pacquiao's going to fight anybody except him. Spence is talking 70-30 and 80-20 and stuff like that. Now 60-40, that's what my prediction back in the day, a few months ago, was like, I think Terrence Crawford is going to take 60-40 from Errol Spence. But my first thought when I saw that was like, that tickled me. The second thought was, you know something? Well, shoot, Terrence Crawford should call up Ugas if Ugas want 50% from Spence, because Spence ain't giving him no damn 50%. Because he can't right now, because of the stuff he's talking to Terrence Crawford. So he can't. Matter of fact, if you're talking 80-20 to Terrence Crawford, then this guy's supposed to get them 15%. You see what I'm saying? That can't happen either, right? So, yeah, I was thinking, well, maybe Terrence Crawford needs to give your boy a call. He needs to give old boy a call. And Terrence Crawford needs to say, you know something, dude? Listen, you get 50-50 with me, or we'll go 55-45 for me, just for the simple fact I'm number one pound for pound, I'm undisputed. I need to get a little bit more than you, just for that alone. But other than that, we keep it real, you know, so he can get that title, because then the fight with him and Errol Spence will be for undisputed. And that's what we all want at the first place. But when you're hearing these things, it's outlandish things with Terrence Crawford, it's just consistent. But then we just hear Manny Pacquiao talk about $40 million to fight him. You know, just outlandish stuff. Like, it's what's so hard about it? He's smaller than most of these people. So what is Manny Pacquiao's well-being? You know, we worried about him. $40 million to to fight the man right now. You know what I mean? You got the one dude, the baddest dude, the welterweight, like, you know, with him, hey, man, ridiculous stuff, 70-30, 60, not even 64, but 70-30, 80-20, and stuff like that. It was ridiculous, right? And Spence, no matter what we think about him, whatever, how good Spence is, Spence ain't never been called number one pound for pound, right? He ain't. And if Spence was called your number one pound for pound, then you would have to have Jamal, it would have to be Cole pound for pound, so you have to have Jamel Charlo right there. If we're considering somebody pound for pound that's been in one weight division and hasn't budged, and is bigger than most of his opponents, but hasn't budged, right, in one division, that should not be pound for pound number one. But if so, then Jamel Charlo has to be in consideration because he has 3 belts in his division, and his division is just as deep, right? So therefore, that's why y'all check out my pound for pound list. It's in there. I might put it in the info again. I keep putting it in the info so people can check out what I think of pound for pound. I ain't gonna tell y'all so y'all can watch it. Bottom line is those are the things you have to have in consideration. So my point here is accolades matter, and I think that, you know, the 60-40 split, I really don't think that's really. I would say, you know, give your boy 55 Errol Spence, and give a boy 45% Terrence Crawford for the first fight. But I think Crawford's going to accept that 60-40. But like I said in all the videos, is if they have a 2-fight deal, the winner is not. It's going to be totally different, because if Crawford beats Spence, everybody has to realize this. And it's for undisputed when they fight, he's going to be in 2 separate divisions, undisputed. So if we fight again, then you're going to be getting that 70-30 or that 80-20, because at that point, I'm undisputed in 2 divisions, and then the world has to recognize. So let's see what happens going forward. I thought that was interesting. All those percentages and all that stuff, we really don't give a damn about that. We're trying to see the damn fights. We're trying to get the undisputed. But, you know, just to let people know, if the number's going to be out there, then you got to talk about them. Ugas should not be getting no 50% from no Errol Spence. No, I don't think so. And to say 70-30 or 80-20 to Errol Spence saying that to Terrence Crawford is blasphemous. It's not even close. You don't say that to somebody like that. That's how I feel about that. Dope Sports Talk Worldwide, and we up out of here, y'all.